Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2010 on Xbox Live, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. And, well, we have had a really interesting week on WWE this week. For news that I don't know how good, bad, and ugly goes. The good stuff is the good stuff that came from both shows, but I only select one of each thing. The bad stuff is obviously the bad stuff that came from it, and again I select one of the thing. And the ugly stuff is the stuff that wasn't quite, it was okay, it wasn't good, and it wasn't bad, it was just meh. It's just okay, I guess. So let's go on with this, let's go on with Monday Night Raw's Good, Bad, and the Ugly. So with that being said, let's do this right now. And the good thing to come out on Monday Night Raw this week was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. As we all know, Dean Ambrose is going to be leaving WWE soon, straight after his contract is over at WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, I might add. So we started things off on Monday Night Raw, where the men's Royal Rumble winner, who started the Royal Rumble match at number 10 and went on to win the entire thing, Mr. Monday Night Rollins, came out just to say, you know, I'm going to spend some time to think about who I'm going to choose to face, whether that be Brock Lesnar or Daniel Bryan. And of course, then Triple H came out and said, "Yep, you proved to me you showed me the Seth Rollins I wanted to see this entire time." And everything like that, and then down came Dean Ambrose, as miserable as ever, to say that he doesn't deserve it and all this yabba yabba type of thing. And so we then had a match between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And of course, every match that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose has is really good. So that's kind of the reason why I chose this to be the good thing that came out of Monday Night Raw, because it was a very good match. You know, Seth Rollins came up on top just because he didn't lose the momentum there. So that was go. And so that was okay. That was really good. I really enjoyed this thing. I really enjoy every time that Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose comes out and has a match. No matter who's playing what role, they always, and I mean always, play against each other with a good chemistry between them both. So the matches will always be as good as this one. It was pretty quick, but you know, it's Monday Night Raw, it kind of needs to be, and it's 3 hours long, so, well, that's just kind of one of the things you have to expect from the match like that. So it may be the last time that we see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins face each other, and they went out in a bang. It was pretty good. So with that being said, that was the good thing to come from Monday Night Raw this week. Well, and now to go into the bad thing that came out of Monday Night Raw this week, and we're going to do that now. The bad thing to come out of Monday Night Raw this week was indeed Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley. Their entire segment, where Finn Balor came out all broken and bruised, like, you know, couldn't even do this, and, you know, to raise his arms to the music. So, because he lost to Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble in the Universal Championship match. Even though he did take it to Brock Lesnar, and my God, I thought at one point that he was going to win. But sadly he did not, and therefore got beaten up for it, because he made Brock Lesnar believe, damn it. Because there's Michael Cole kept on repeating himself on Royal Rumble. And quite frankly, that's what the promo was about. Until he got interrupted by Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush, of course, was like, you know, but you got lucky at Royal Rumble against Brock Lesnar. But Bobby Lashley isn't Brock Lesnar, even though technically speaking he didn't win and all that type of thing. Bobby Lashley's 10 times bigger and quicker and smarter than Brock Lesnar is. That got Finn Balor all riled up, and well, Bobby Lashley took him out. Basically, he beat the shit out of him in that after that, and then just left. So that's why it was pretty bad to me, because nothing came from it. Not a match. It wasn't a match afterwards. It was just like a beatdown after Finn Balor again. Second night in a row. Well, the way Finn Balor gets beat up by a big tough guy. I'm like, unless the Intercontinental Championship match is going to be down the road for Finn Balor, then it was completely pointless and boring. I know I say that a lot about the bad stuff that happens on Monday Night Raw, but it was true. So, I'm going to say that was indeed the bad things that come from Monday Night Raw this past week. But we're going to go on to the ugly thing that came from Monday Night Raw. And so, the ugly thing to come from Monday Night Raw keeps on SmackDown. And of course, the ugly thing to come from the ugly thing to come from Monday Night Raw was Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle. The reason why I think it was ugly is because of the fact that Kurt Angle put over Baron Corbin, which I don't have a problem with that. It's just that Kurt Angle deserves better, in a sense. Like, of all this time of, Baron Corbin putting Raw down the drain, when he was general manager or whatever it was, Constable Corbin and all that rubbish, Kurt Angle was eventually meant to face Baron Corbin, but ended up getting to face Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre pretty much destroyed Kurt Angle. And even in the Royal Rumble match itself, he ended that and got eliminated pretty quickly after a while, after entering in at number 4. So, the whole match itself was okay with a German with a German suplex here and a German suplex there and even an ankle lock. That still wasn't enough to keep Baron Corbin down, as Baron Corbin ended the match with a deep 6. So he beat Kurt Angle fair and square. So that's why it was pretty ugly. It was because it was okay. The match was alright, I suppose, and it's just the whole Kurt Angle is better than that situation, and that he kind of needed to win there. And we don't know where this is going. Hopefully a match at WrestleMania between them both. But it's just the usual meh. That was the good, the bad, and the ugly to come from Monday Night Raw this past week. And as we're going to move on to SmackDown Live, as we're going to do the good, bad, and the ugly that to come from that. So let's go and move on to the good, bad, and the ugly of SmackDown Live. And the good part to come from SmackDown Live this week was indeed the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the number contendership for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles, where the winning team will go on to, I presume at this point, Elimination Chamber to take on Shane McMahon and The Miz for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. And of course the Usos won that match as they beat 3 other teams such as the New Day, Heavy Machinery, and The Bar. And that was a hell of a match. There was some really good spots, including the elimination of the New Day, where Heavy Machinery basically squished Boris Kingston like a pancake, no pun intended. And so that New Day eliminated first, that was okay. And we had Heavy Machinery was up next to be eliminated because pretty much everyone in that, both Sheamus, Cesaro, and both the Usos were doing all they can to eliminate Heavy Machinery because they seemed like a threat. I mean, let's face it, Heavy Machinery, see them to go into Elimination Chamber, I presume at this point, would have to face The Miz and Shane McMahon would have been really good to see, but hey, it wasn't to be. it came down between the Bar and the Usos, and the Bar did their little trick, their little cheating stuff. Well, not cheating, that's no word, but the crafty maneuvers as per usual. And the Usos did their high flying during that matchup. Everything was good about it. And yeah, so with the Usos splash, I think was to like Sheamus or Zorro, I can't remember which one now, to finish the match. Pretty goddamn good. 5 out of 5 for me. Very good match. But now we're gonna move on to the bad part of SmackDown Live, and we're gonna get. And the bad part to come from SmackDown Live was absolutely nothing. I can't exactly put anything that was bad about SmackDown Live this week. Everything was funny, good, and entertaining about SmackDown Live this week. We had the setup of the attack on Rey Mysterio by Andrade. We had the whole interruption from starting thing. We had the ending of the Daniel Bryan revealing a new WWE Championship. Obviously not for long, it's until it loses it at WrestleMania or Elimination Chamber at least. So, but speaking of which, there will be a Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship and the Elimination Chamber, where it will be Samoa Joe, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Mustafa Ali, AJ Styles, and Daniel Bryan. The WWE Championship will be on the line there. That's going to be awesome. And even at the beginning, there was something that really was funny happened. I'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, there was nothing bad that came from SmackDown Live this week. Not to my knowledge anyway. You know, it was all exciting. It was all good fun. So yeah, there was nothing bad about it whatsoever on SmackDown Live this week. So with that being said, we're going to get on to the ugly part of SmackDown Live this week. And we're going to do that now. Of course, the ugly part that happened on SmackDown Live this week was indeed the 2 United States Championship matches. For one, although it ended up with R-Truth being beaten up by a heel turn that happened from Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, which I think is now going to make them a team. Let's start off from the very beginning as R-Truth came down to the ring and was like, hey, well, you know, he was given a United States Championship match, and it was more because it was a consolation prize because he was attacked by Nia Jax in the Royal Rumble and his spot was taken away from him. If that's the case, in the future, I think that Lana should get a chance to face the Women's Champion. Just saying, because she was injured by Rusev, by everything that happened it was an accident, but you know, I would digress. I was going to move on this, maybe 2 minutes into the matchup, there was a roll-up. A referee counted to 3, but I'm sure, I'm 100% sure that, and everyone else will agree with me here, that it wasn't supposed to happen. Not just yet anyway. I presume there was supposed to be a roll-up, and R-Truth was supposed to win the United States Championship, just not in the way that it did. So I think they kind of needed to rush things when it came down to Rusev turning heel. And losing straight after that, after a couple of, close encounters, with Rusev to beat R-Truth down, but R-Truth finally getting the roll-up and retaining the title. So then later on in the night, I think Rusev was interrupted by the club and sticking up for R-Truth, saying, hey, you can't do that to my friend. And Rusev was like, we'll take, they was like, hey, if you Shinsuke are now a team, we'll take you on. And Shinsuke was like, yeah, we accept. So the whole situation between those, what happened, the whole beatdown on R-Truth, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. I'm happy that R-Truth is champion, and I saw a video that WrestleMania did, which may explain why he's champion, but if you want to watch that, go ahead and watch it, go and click on his channel. I might put it in a link in the description, but may not, I don't know yet. But still, he made some very interesting points, and I tend to agree with him. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty much it for SmackDown Live this week. Nothing bad came from it. Some really good moments, and that ugly moment at the beginning of the show was, if it wouldn't have fucked up, I think it wouldn't have been, and something else would have been there. But it is what it is, and it was the good, the bad, and the ugly things that came from SmackDown Live this week, and it was also the good, bad, and ugly things that came from Monday Night Raw. So let me know in the comments below what was good, bad, and ugly about Raw and SmackDown this week. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Or do you think it was okay? So basically, I'm saying if you think this was a good, bad, or ugly video. And there is, per usual, I am Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live. And until next week, I'm the good, bad, and the ugly. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.